Hey, what's poppin', everybody? What's going on, everybody? East New York's finest, hosted by yours truly, Mike. What's going on? This is kind of like a background to the unit, the video I just posted. Yesterday I went back. Yesterday was the first day I went back buying storage units since August. Excuse me, I think August 13th or 14th. That unit was, well, there was three units. Just to give you guys some background, right? Like normally I try to stay away from certain areas and certain places. Now, there are a lot of people that they only buy if they see certain names of people for some strange reason. It works for them. And things of that nature. I'm not the kind of person that's intimidated by where a person lives at or where the unit is. I'm more of a person that's very skeptical on specific facilities, because specific facilities, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, and some of y'all might say that's not true, that's not factual. From my experience, I will definitely say that 9.8% of every storage facility steal. If they don't have the go ahead or green light from corporate, not their DM, not their manager, or somebody above them, or their district or manager or regional, whatever, but from corporate, because corporate owns these facilities and they pay workers, including your district manager, your regional manager, etc., etc., etc. And sometimes they feel like, hey, if the manager or DM or regional manager doesn't give a flying fuck, doesn't know, or doesn't care, or hell, they may be in on this shit too, it's still stealing because it's corporate that owns all these facilities. And when your room goes in deficit, for instance, the properties belong to them, because the real owner or the renter signs a waiver in a contract stating that, hey, you have X amount of days and time to pay this unit, and if it becomes insufficient, we can, sell your unit and all the contents in it. So I can definitely say 9.8% of every facility. I don't care how cute the woman is or how cool the guy is. A lot of them, because see, the thing is, and a lot of guys used to always say when it was live, oh yeah, but this is why I like live, because they cut the locks in front of you. I used to be like, what? That don't mean nothing. They'd be like, yes it does, because I said, no it don't. I said, that's a real stupid way of looking at shit. And I used to tell a couple guys that, and they look at me like, what the fuck did he just say? Because think about it. See, I'm a guy who's very common and I have sense, so therefore I use common sense. What's to stop somebody from cutting the lock, going in the fucking unit, looking around, taking what the fuck they want, and or allowing and letting other individuals know what unit to bid on, XYZ, yada, 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 and then buy or have other locks available and put the fucking lock on it. And when the auctioneer gets there, they either don't care and or they probably have no idea what's going on, but you do. And this is why some people bid extremely hard on units, and a lot of people like, what's in here that could be that expensive? I'm gonna tell you guys from past experience. I know how that runs. I know how that goes, and I'm just gonna leave it as that. You know what I mean? And when the getting was good, it was good. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. And from a person's actions, whenever somebody see you walking by, or you're done, and they say, hey, so how was the unit? They went through the unit. All you're doing is adding more fuel to the fire, so next time they can look at other units more. Because sometimes they get too overwhelmed if units are too big or have too much stuff in the way. They just like, you know what, they'll look real quick. I'm going to tell you guys something. When you look in a storage unit online or whatever, and you see, just take one of your garbage bags. Trust me. Take one of your garbage bags that are full. You're going to take it out to the garbage or put it out for the garbage man. Take any one of your fucking fingers and just press into it and pop a hole, and you're gonna see those stress. You're gonna see the stress marks from your finger and the hole, and just take that and look at that, and then sit there and look at some of these storage units online, and you're gonna be like, oh shit, he's right. Yeah, they peek and they go through stuff, and if there's boxes or bags or jewelry boxes that are noticeable or whatever, sometimes they'll hide it or take it. Some of you might say, oh yeah, but there's cameras. Stop being naive and stupid. I mean, you guys can't be that fucking dumb and naive. If they know where the cameras are, they know all the ins and outs of this place, because sometimes there's only 1 to 2 or even 4 workers. Sometimes they may have 2 different shifts, people that do general work, and then there's just 1 or 2 people at the facility that does everything. So if they know where the cameras are, and if they can take items, put it on their cart and put it in bag, they can do whatever the fuck they want. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, think about it. The only person that really knows what's in that unit, outside of the person that went in the unit to take these pictures, is the original owner. Do you know how many times I purchase units from people? I mean, I purchase units. See, the main reason why they really don't want people to know about the places, I mean, about their unit going up for auction, it's not really about the drama and them going there cursing and acting a fool. It's because they don't want the original owner to interact with the actual buyer or bid winner, because they're going to tell them, hey, you know, where's this at? Or I had this or that. So they really don't want you to link up. But then some facilities don't care. Like, for instance, the Patterson U-Haul, where they just gave my number out to a random person that I purchased that unit, and this guy was harassing me about his unit, call me broke and all this shit. And I'm like, dude, you can't, you know, I said, you know what, if you're really trying to get your unit back, this is not the way about going about it. You're sitting here calling me broke, and I'm the one that purchased a unit while you and your loved ones are in the shelter system. I'm only going by this because this is what his girl told me. That's a whole different other story. But, you know, I'm going to tell you guys, there's always a catch-22 in everything in life. You know, you go out driving, you could be a great driver, somebody hits you, that causes an accident. That's a catch-22. Life's a catch-22. You wake up every morning, you're grateful, but then somebody in your fucking day makes you want to kill them, or all types of shit. So, you know, life is a catch-22. You know, you have kids, they get on your damn nerves. Sometimes you want to snap their necks. That's a catch-22. You get married, or you doing something with somebody else. Everything's a catch-22 in life. Obviously, life's a catch-22. So, you know, I just want to give you guys the nitty-gritty and the truth. As you see in the other video, I don't edit. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying editing hides anything or whatever. I just like to be straight, blunt, and right. I mean, I'm a straight shooter, right to the point kind of guy. This is why I did all those videos, because Isaiah was like, oh, you know what, Dad? I'll edit your... No. Don't edit my videos. Just leave them how they are, and I'll just make them as I go along. And he got a little disappointed because he wanted to edit, because he knows how to edit. Now, I'm not an anti-editing guy. I just prefer to keep my shit real and straightforward. Not saying that people edit the best parts and it flows, it works for them and it works for whoever views it. Me, I like to be raw. I am a very controversial individual up here on YouTube, and I've been on YouTube since the beginning, and I should be in the millions of views and subs, but I guess you could say I leave a nasty taste in a lot of people's mouths, and a lot of people don't like me for whatever reason. Say, hey, you know, so be it. My mom taught us years ago, man, the less people that like you, the more you're doing something right. The more people talk about you, the more you're doing something right. The more haters and trolls you have, the more nerve you kick, because you keep going, you're doing something right. So therefore, I must be doing something right. Yeah, I don't have nowhere near the subs or views I should. I should be in the hundreds of thousands or well over 1 million. But again, you know, when you're not a yes boy and you do things for what it is what it is. And I'm cool with that. Hey, you guys see I still do my videos. I get less views and less subs than almost anybody who's been up here longer. Or, well, not longer, but way less than me. But because I'm not a butt kiss, and I call stuff for what it is. And like I said, sometimes I'm in a mood to just do my videos on what I feel like doing them on. And it rubs people the wrong way because some people think I'm racist or think I'm this and that. First of all, let me give you guys a little heads up. A minority, a black man cannot be racist toward a white person because we don't have the power to do nowhere near the things that were done to us. That's one. Two, if we did have the power, we're not that malicious to even do stuff like that. Yeah, you got a lot of us run around doing all types of nonsense, but we don't have that kind of illness in our heart to do nowhere near what happened to us or our people over the last 200 and some, almost 300 years. And again, I'm not the kind of person that wants to put or make people feel a certain way. You feel whatever way you're going to feel anyway. You know what I mean? I mean, at the end of the day, you can't call me racist and blame this on me because this shit was here before me. And unfortunately, it's all going to be here after me. I'm just calling it for what it is. But anyway, moving back on track. I feel like Paul Mooney. It's true. It's true. Let me tell you guys. Let me tell you. I've been a nigga for a long time. But yeah, man. So, you know, you got good and bad in everybody out there. It don't matter what color you are. It don't matter what your sexual preferences are or your sexual orientations or what you have between your legs or not. You know, everybody, I mean, you know, anybody who's going to do something is going to do something. Whether they sell drugs or use them, kill, rob, steal. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman or question mark. You know, if if opportunity precedes itself, you're going to do what you're going to do if you know you can get away with it. That's just the way it is for a lot of people. Don't get me wrong. Whatever. All I could say is, as far as I feel about the storage units, you know, I like anything that helps me make extra money. You know, I am on fixed income. Don't feel bad for me because it's a retirement thing. You know, when you retire and stuff like that, you are on what's it called? You have a lot of people that had good jobs, good careers, and they're greeters at Walmart. You know, in today's society, this country is a third world. It's a third world, whether you want to admit it or not. The creatures that run this are very methodical, evil, sadistic bastards. No other easy way to put it. And a lot of people out here have to have 2 to 3 jobs just to be able to live decent. You have to have one job to help pay your rent and or mortgage or whatever. Then you gotta have another one to take care of the kids. Then you gotta have another one just for fucking food and certain expenses. Me, I live the lavish life for a guy that grew up around roaches and rats and on food stamps and welfare. I am very proud of what my mom had to go through and do. She was a young baby making babies, and you know, it is what it is, and I'm here along with my other family members and everybody else. I didn't have a silver spoon in my mouth. Hell, I had plastic spoons in my mouth. And sometimes those plastic fucking spoons were rotated, just like clothing. You know what I'm saying? That's what I grew up on. I didn't go out there and rob and sell drugs and do whatever. My older brothers did what they felt they had to do, along with my uncles and stuff, because life and stuff is hard. A lot of people, they saw the easy way out and they saw certain things because of where you hail from has a lot to do with it. It's a psychological thing, and not everybody has the brain power or the acknowledgement to sit there and say, F it, I can do better. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I don't knock anybody. You do what you need to do. You do, hey, by all means, I guess. Sometimes some people have to suffer because you're suffering. And sometimes we suffer because of our parents and this, that, and the third. So me buying storage units helps free up extra money for me to be able to splurge. And sometimes me splurging and buying this and that to be able to get this or that also helps. So, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So me doing what I do helps me, you know, it basically gives me, you know, I ain't gonna say free money because there's no such thing, at least for me. But it helps me be able to fund what I like to do. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so me buying storage units is just you know and sometimes this may deter certain people, but I'm a very resilient individual. Always have been, always will be. I'm the kind of person that'll fight to my last breath. That's just me. I'm not a tap out, give up kind of guy. Never have been, never will. I mean, evidently, I still do my video. So if that don't show you, I don't know what does. And I keep on moving, even though I'm a guy who fought cancer, beat it. I'm a guy who became diabetic, became overweight, and lost all of it. Lost so much to like I'm basically almost the same size outside of the definition. I'm almost the same size I was back in my early years of like high school and things of that nature. I mean, even more so, I'm almost like a 34 pant size. And that was, we talking about a long time. I've been 36, 38 for a long time because I was real muscular and had crazy definition and stuff like that. I had an 8-pack, not a 6-pack, the whole 9. So, yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm the kind of person that when I see a problem occur or whatever, I always find a solution to get rid of my problem and turn that problem into a positive. I've always been that individual my whole life. Some of you guys out or girls out there may think I'm an arrogant, negative individual. No, I'm definitely nowhere near arrogant. Never have been. I think I'm one of the most humblest individuals out there. I'm just a humble guy who has a mouth, who speaks on shit, and that's that. And sometimes people could take that for arrogance. So be it. Take it whatever way you want. Just keep watching my videos. But yeah, man. So I can't say I can tell, but I feel like a lot of people up here on YouTube I just feel like a lot of their videos on storage units are just bull. I don't care who you are, where you hail from, how much money you have in the bank, because I'm going to tell you guys something. I grew up on welfare and food stamps, but I'm far from being a broke guy. And there's some people up here who see me spend money who can tell you, oh yeah. And if you see what I drive, you see my house. Yeah, the outside could use work, but if you see my house and how I live and what I have, you can trust that I'm far from a broke ass motherfucking guy. Oh yeah, trust me on that. Nowhere near it. I don't have Jay-Z money, but I think I'm doing a lot better than Doggy Fresh. I can tell you that shit. And I'm going to leave it as that. Yes, I do buy storage units and I do a lot of trading and stuff like that. But I'm going to tell you something. I live extremely comfortable. So much so that I take care of business. Let's just say it that way. My mom eats. And I take care of people. And, Isaiah College, is, there it is. It's driving me crazy. I got to shave again. But yeah, Isaiah's college, we already paid for some of his classes and stuff. And it didn't even start yet. And, we got some more stuff going on. And I got 1,000,001 things I'm doing and all that other nonsense. But I'm not the kind of person to toot my own horn. Never have been. But I will state straight facts, which I just did. But getting back to, and no, I'm not wearing this because I'm religious. I'm wearing it because I got this out of a storage unit. My daughter took a lot of jewelry, real gold. And out of the last units I brought, I kind of like this, even though this is a little irritable because, I guess it's made for women. And, I am a hairy guy. So this kind of is very irritable at times, but it's a nice piece of 18 karat. Along with this is 14 though. I just decided to keep it. It was in the storage unit. It cost me nothing, because the unit been paid for itself, and I liked it, so that's why I have it. This means nothing to me. It's just a piece of decoration, just for those out there who may, because like I said, there's a lot of trolls out there, and I like to beat trolls to the bridge. So that's why I say the things I say, because I'm a very cunning individual, and I just like to be straightforward and whatever. And again, this doesn't take anything away from nobody else's channel or whatever, but I just know certain things I know, and there's no way on this earth you can sit here and tell me that you're gonna get great units all the time. I think what some people do is I think a lot of people they buy stuff. They buy collections from people, and yeah, sometimes you're gonna get a good unit. But dude, every episode you find games and you find come on, man. And I'm not talking. I mean, I'm not talking from a person that's a troll and hate or spiteful. I'm neither one of those. But from experience and just common sense and knowledge, a lot of people up here, just like porn stars, it's full of shit. You know, like think about it. You know, everybody find like 90% of the unit is all garbage, and then all of a sudden, oh wait a minute, and then you hear the suspenseful music, goes to commercial, comes back, they go somewhere, and they all know a guy or a woman that can tell them about their fucking item, and they all tell them what they know the item is worth or what they think is worth, but 99% of the time they don't make an offer on the item themselves. Like, come on, man, it's rigged bullshit, and a lot of people take that and they're like, you know, hey, I can do this and da, and then y'all fall for it, hook, line, or sinker. I'd rather be straightforward, right to the point, and be a different individual, knowing that I'm truthful to myself, than to sit here and come up here and do a lot of lies and bullshit. And I hate to say it, but I would say at least 97 to 98% of people up here who you guys looking at storage units are all full of shit. I'm gonna leave it as that. Peace out.